Hey everybody, I'm 7up07,
And I'm Nisha.
and we're back with another episode of Let's Play Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective Volume 1.
I really hope we can find volume 2.
I was gonna do an eBay search for it
Oh,
and
good.
see if I could find it. I don't know if it's on Sega CD as well, but I think maybe. I know they're both on TurboGrafx, but we don't have one of those,
Oh,
unfortunately.
well, we'll figure it out.
Anyway, so after our, inspiring investigation for the mummy's curse in the last video, where justice was dealt swiftly,
And with a walkthrough.
that's not important. We are going to move on to the second of the 3 cases available in this game, which will be the Mystified Murderess.
Oh.
So let's see what it has in store for us.
No game to save. Oh, thanks for telling us that now.
I don't even know what that means. How does this game save? There's nothing for it to save on. It's not a cartridge. It doesn't have a battery. What is it saving? I don't understand how it works.
I don't know. Okay,
Night
here
and
we go.
burglar strikes again.
Oh, wait.
Series of burglaries.
Oh.
6 over the period from June 2nd to June 17th. On July 2nd, the 7th occurred at the home of Sir Sanford Leeds. Cleopatra tiara stolen, it says. As in the other cases, no sign of extensive search by the thief, and only one piece of jewelry involved. Victims elsewhere at the time. Here's a complete list of the particulars, Holmes, if you'd care to read it.
I believe you'll find them in the study.
Who was
How
that?
do you do, gentlemen? I am Gerald Locke.
Please be seated, Mr. Locke. How can we be of service?
3 days ago, Guy Clarendon was
Sick
found
sideburns,
murdered
bro.
at Halliday's. It's
Those are like
preposterous,
almost...
but
Those
Mr.
are mutton
Francis
chops.
Nolan has been
Yeah,
charged
they are.
and is being detained at the criminal court, Old Bailey.
Francis Nolan. Ah, yes. Sister of Loretta Nolan. Only surviving heirs of Sir Malcolm Nolan, founder of the Aberdeen Navigation Company.
I seem to recall that Sir Malcolm and Lady Nolan were killed when some lunatic threw a bomb into their carriage. Seems to me that later I heard something about it being a case of mistaken identity. Wasn't one of their little offspring in the carriage with them at the time?
Yes, it was
Their
Loretta,
little offspring.
Francis's sister.
What an odd
She
way
was
to
only
say
4.
that.
Miraculously, she was uninjured.
Mr. Locke, I've heard that you are a suitor for Miss Frances Nolan's hand, are you not?
Yes.
And was it not also true that she was being courted by Guy Clarendon?
Unfortunately, yes.
Have you any idea why Frances Nolan was charged with the crime?
Well, she was discovered over the body with a pistol in her hand.
That would do it.
But you don't understand.
Thanks,
Francis
Watson.
is totally incapable of murder. Not even of a scoundrel such as Guy Clarendon.
Scoundrel? But he's from such blue blood. Also, if I'm not mistaken, he's an accomplished batsman for the West London Cricketers.
Oh,
A
wow.
ranked fencer in international competition.
He was also a bit of a bounder, Watson.
What an understatement. Guy Clarendon was excessively fond of cards and strong drink. His father had all but disinherited him. I tried to tell Frances that Clarendon was no good, but to no avail. And now look at the mess she's in. Will you help?
Most certainly.
I think the acting in this game is worse than the acting in the high school plays I used to do.
No way, man. These are professionals.
Yeah, the kids at my school are pretty good, though.
Well, then you can't use that as a comparison.
But it still says something about these actors.
I don't know. This is a pretty low-budget operation here.
Are you saying my high school theater had a higher budget
They
than this
might
game?
be comparable, to be honest.
Okay.
So probably start with the newspaper again.
And now we know that we need to look for stuff.
Yeah.
As
Is it the
opposed-
same newspapers? I guess it's just gonna recycle all the same lists and everything.
Yeah, I guess it is the same.
Okay. Read the London Times, dated 4 July 1888.
I guess I should wait for you to tell me which ones to read before I
Yeah.
select one.
Maybe so. So not that page. Probably the top left one again. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that's the mummy one again. Oh, this is probably it. Because they were talking about some
Yep.
jewelry.
It's certainly related.
Okay. After a month of jewelry burglaries from some of London's most fashionable homes, Scotland Yard reports little progress in the identification and apprehension of the so-called society burglar. The victim of the latest theft, Lady Leeds, has become so overwrought by the invasion of her bedroom by this unknown man and by the loss of her prized diamond tiara that she has been hospitalized at the suggestion of her physician. Although any impetus attached to the increasing problem of crime should be welcomed, it is unfortunate that the impetus comes more strongly when the class of the victim is expanded.
Ooh, okay. I feel like that might not be the only article.
In this?
Like, in this newspaper. No.
Oh, this is about the ambition of our burglars. Surely it is time that some effectual steps should be taken to curb the ambition of our burglar.
Okay.
So the society or not, and if necessary by legislation, prevention is better than cure, and I agree with those who think that a fox terrier in the house is the best means of giving the alarm.
Oh. Alarum.
Alarum. Man, these British put U's in everything. But something more than a dog is required. I would suggest the cat.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, quote unquote cat. Besides penal servitude in all cases of burglary, whether the burglars succeed in carrying away anything or not, the cat, in the sense in which I refer to it, has been most successful as a deterrent in cases of personal robbery with violence and other crimes. Why should it not be at once applied to our burglars, whose calling necessarily involves personal violence? Your obedient servant, HTB.
HTB.
I feel like HTB will be important.
That's a strange way to close your letter. So, was he referring to a real cat or not? I'm confused.
No, it was not a real cat.
Well, then what was he talking about?
Who the heck knows?
The human hair.
Why it
Wow,
falls off
that's-
or turns gray.
Everybody should read this little book. Scotsman.
Some Scottish dude
Some
told us
Scotsman.
that. What's this? Oh
There's
my
the
gosh.
one. Alright, I got this one. That elusive and so far successful burglar, commonly known as the society burglar, has gotten away with jewels valued at $14,000 by the 7 victims to date. Speculation continues as to the identity of the burglar, who seems to be acquainted with the various and sometimes ingenious hiding places of his victims' jewels. The other striking aspects of the modus operandi are the taking of only one select piece each time, and the occurrence of all thefts when the victims are not at home. We have provided for the interest of our readers a list of the various jewels stolen and their values. I'm not reading all that, however,
The names will be important, I believe.
the names will be important.
We have Baker Harding or Hardinge?
Yeah, okay.
Richmond
Levin.
Lewis. No, is that Levin or Lewin?
Maybe Lewin?
I don't know. I don't know why I read that as Lewis, though.
It's hard to tell when the entire letter is 3 pixels. Dearth.
Judd and Leeds.
Finally Leeds with the most expensive one.
Wow, way to show off, Leeds.
What is that, like, clusterfuck of numbers up there? I guess the 2000.
Oh, it's the price. I don't know. Yeah, and then the 11th of June.
That's strange. Okay. Alright, well, all those names will certainly be important. I don't know. You can keep looking if you want.
Foreign news.
No, thank you. It's really fascinating that they have all these actual... I don't want to read this anymore.
Okay. Well, let's just look if there are any names.
The Schloss.
Schloss.
The Duchess of Oldenburg.
Police. Thomas O'Neill.
Suspected criminals.
Helmut? Helnut?
Helmut Schnitzler.
Hebnut? And Thomas O'Neill.
Do you think that's a B?
I don't know.
Hebnut Schlitzler.
It looks like 5 different letters all at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let's just take a peek. Okay, I
That's
already
the
looked
one.
at that one, sorry. Ha!
I think we looked at them all, right?
No, I didn't look at the bottom two on the right.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive. United
The
States.
state of Georgia.
The colonies. I think these are two tiny ones. Okay.
Yep, that's good. I am perfectly satisfied with the newspaper. Let's
Okay.
go talk to some folks, I think.
Okay. Wait, let me use the directory. Sorry. Oh, wait.
Any of
let's-
those people? No.
Fuck it.
So they were talking about Guy Clarendon. Clarendon.
Clarendon. Guy.
There's a lot of Clarendons.
Don't worry, they'll all be in the same cutscene.
You think so?
Yeah.
Alright, let's find out.
Oh, we should try this thing.
What is that guy?
That's the irregulars.
I forgot about the irregulars.
Wiggins?
Let's call Wiggins.
Wiggins?
Call him up.
The butler told us the old man sent... Why can't they write the articles like this?
Yeah, I know. Someone is yelling outside the window.
That was weird. The butler told us the... Okay, the butler told us the old man's son only came around when he needed money. Also said a scar-faced ruffian was hanging out.
I think there's a scar-faced ruffian outside our building right now.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Oh, can I go to Clarendon now?
Maybe. What is happening right now?
Seriously.
This is a difficult thing for a man to say about his only son. But Guy was a wastrel and a ne'er-do-well. Only a short month or so ago, I gave him £5,000 and told him that was the last he'd see of my money. I'd hoped the shock would bring the boy around, make him realize he had to settle down, instead of wasting his life on gambling and gallivanting around with that wild woman.
Which wild woman was that?
Loretta Nolan, of course.
You
Who?
mentioned
Yeah,
gambling, Sir
Loretta,
Francis.
what?
Have you any idea with whom he gambled or who might have wanted to kill him?
I wish I did. He told us nothing. He only came around when he needed money. And when I told him there'd be no more,
Are you
we
okay?
never
My
saw him.
abs.
Just about broke his mother's heart.
Oh.
There, Gertie. We still have one another.
Shut your damn mouth already.
Moments later.
I've something you ought to know about Master Guy. One morning, rather early, about 4
Some
or
nice
5
sketches.
weeks ago, I heard a terrible clatter downstairs.
Very true.
So I came down to investigate. It was Master Guy just coming home. He was in a terrible state, all battered and bruised, with a fresh cut on his forehead.
He got in a
I
bar
asked him
fight.
who did it to him, and he wouldn't say. I think he was afraid for his life.
My God.
That's how the music stops. It's like, hey, oh, okay.
I don't know. They're doing pretty well with the music for
They are.
a
It,
Sega CD game.
it just stops very abruptly, which makes me giggle.
True. Okay, how about this Loretta Nolan?
Is that her last
I
name?
believe so. Let's go check her out.
Did you know that, or did you see it in the walkthrough?
No, I heard it.
Loretta!
Francis and Loretta Nolan.
Let's see what these guys got to say about her. Don't know if it amounts to much, but would you...
See, we gotta go check it out. See, that's the problem, is that we're not gonna get the fun of the videos if we get the regulars to do it.
But I wanna prepare. I wanna know what they gotta say about these peeps.
So you have to get someone to scope it out for you every time?
Yeah, man, why not?
She's gonna be
Enter
crazy as hell.
and be recognized.
Recognized.
Oh, you don't wish to play Her Majesty, eh? Very well.
You do not seem particularly disturbed by the recent turn of events, Miss Nolan.
Each of us grieves in his own way, Mr. Holmes.
It must be difficult for you to face the possibility that your own sister may have killed your dearest chum.
Guy was fun to be with. And as for Frances, I love her dearly, but Well, it's funny to think Miss Right and Proper has finally gotten herself into a bit of a jam.
Miss Nolan, may I ask, when was the last time you saw Guy Clarendon?
Jam.
Let me think.
We'll have to get some
I
toast.
believe it was the Richmond's party last Thursday. Yes, I'm sure of it. God, we did cut it up a bit there.
And after the party?
We did not go home together, if that's what you're implying.
Ooh,
That would have broken Frances's heart.
that would be
She was head
scandalous.
over heels for Guy, you know.
Oh.
She had some foolish notion that he was going to marry her. Not that someone like him ever would. But I do recall her saying, and it might have been the night of his death, that she was going to have a talk with him about their future.
I'd like to talk about our future.
So that's what happened to him.
He had a heart attack when she was like, you gotta put a ring on it?
Wait, is he dead?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay, so clearly he faked his own death.
Why?
To get away from this situation he put himself in.
But he's dead.
No, he faked his own death.
So you're saying he's alive?
Yes.
Ah.
He was just trying to escape the marriage.
Okay. That's very complex. Alright, who next? What about these people who have the O apostrophe names?
The who?
PQ, where's O? LMNO.
Do you need to sing the alphabet song?
No. None of these people are ones who we read about, right?
O'Hara? I don't know. I don't think so.
Who else?
Um.
Oh, we visited Loretta, but we didn't.
We can talk to Francis separately.
Yeah, I thought that might it would bring
Them together.
yeah, or like, you know, at least in different scenes.
Well, you were wrong.
Oops. Alright, fine. We'll go straight there. We won't ask the ruffians.
Okay, no ruffians. They're dirty anyway.
They're so dirty.
Disgusting.
Tell us, who was at home on the evening of the 1st?
Well, just Miss Frances, sir. Oh, yes, of course, and Dr. Trevelyan.
What time did the doctor take his leave?
Oh, let me think. It must have been 10 o'clock, because that's what time he always leaves.
What did Miss Frances do after her guest left?
What she does every evening, sir. Well, she asked for a cup of hot cocoa, which I brought her straight away. Then she read for a bit by the fire. Later, when I went up to bed, I passed her room, and the light went out.
What time would that have been?
Oh, let me see. Oh, I know it was 11:30 because the clock chimed. Then I went to sleep. Later, I was awakened in the middle of the night, right in the midst of the most peculiar dream. You see, I was barefoot and trying to buy a pair of shoes,
As fascinating as all this is, could we get back to what it was that awakened you?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, it was something that I heard, or thought I heard. I listened for a bit, but that was the end of it, so I went to sleep again. Later, I awoke at 7:30. I always wake up at 7:30, except, of course, on Sundays when I sleep until 8. As usual, I began to prepare Miss Frances's breakfast. I had no sooner gotten to the kitchen when I heard the front door open and close. Well, I ran to the front window and peeked out, and there was Miss Frances walking down the street.
It's the most
And
fascinating
why do you
thing I've
deem
ever
that so
heard.
unusual?
Everything you
Well,
just
she
said.
never leaves before she's eaten one of my currant buns.
Why would you leave without breakfast? You have
Yeah.
someone making you breakfast. You have to get breakfast. Okay, well, now we need to talk to that doctor guy. But I think that's enough for this video.
I agree.
Yeah.
We'll leave you with that riveting story of currant buns and doors.
I mean, I know I'm on the edge of my seat, so, you know,
How could she leave without eating her currant bun?
no one eats without breakfast.
No one eats without breakfast?
I mean, no one leaves without breakfast. Okay, well, we will continue this riveting investigation in the next video. We'll see you guys then.
Bye.